Can you hear me, Josh?
Drew, you're there, right? We hear you.
All right, cool. That's me. Yep, cool.
Oh shit.
All right. Yeah.
Somebody just talking.
Yeah, it's in the headphones.
I heard it, but I didn't hear it.
That's Drew. That's the producer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he couldn't make it in today, but
What up?
yeah, this is the very first like remote session that he's doing. So there may be technical difficulties.
It's all good.
Did you start the audio recording, Josh?
Ready for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, on the record.
Wait, retake that.
No, we gotta keep it organic.
All right, everyone. Here we are back again. This time with Adrian and Zuke of Forensic Clean.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen,
The cleanup boys.
Yeah.
if you're here, who's doing it? Who's cleaning it up?
We got Migs on call today.
Yeah, we got
Shout out Migs.
Is on call. I know, Migs is on call. So we got there's only a couple of people that actually do it. We had someone that Zuke, she was doing it for like 3-4 years straight.
Shout out Zuke.
And then shout out to Zuke. And then I came along and I was basically Suki's relief, and then I did it for like a year and a half straight, and then Adrian got hired. And then I kind of fell back and went off into other places into the field because we got different contracts. And then so Adrian's now been deemed he's the new forensic cleanup guy. So, he's the new, so every day is pretty much him. I'm his, basically now I'm just his cover. His days off, I'm working those days. So you never know something's happening. So that's pretty much it. We got 3 people that do it, and he's the main guy. I'm the coverage, but I've done it. I've been here just a little bit longer than him, and so we both do it. So we're the cleanup crew.
How long you been on Forensic Clean?
4 years now.
Oh yeah,
I've been on for
I'm at 2.
Man,
2. Yeah.
How do you guys get? How in the world does somebody get into this?
I got into a friend, so shout out Jacob. He put me on. So
yeah, so I was there before Jacob. I got on because my boss, who the owner is, his son. Me and him used to work together at a brewery. And then I seen that he was doing what he was doing, and I gave him a call one day, and he basically brought me on, gave me the opportunity. Shout out to him. I mean, it's been the best job that I've had thus far.
Sure.
You know what I mean? As far as like comfort, and it's exciting. It's always something new. You see things that you normally don't get to see. So
thank goodness for that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Because it was a blessing in disguise for me, and then I took it and we just ran with it, and it was cool. So shout out to Sativa and his dad for putting us on and giving us the opportunity, to do our thing for sure.
Man, because that's like, it takes a certain person to do what you guys do.
Yeah, we see some shit.
I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I cut myself and I bleed, but that doesn't bother me. But like other people's blood, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's a little. Sometimes there's like pieces of the body still there.
Oh.
Find like cheeks, teeth,
It varies
fingers.
too. And when
Cheeks?
I found someone's like face before, like skull exploded, face on the floor.
What happened there?
Dude got hit by a big rig. Like body got split in half on Roswell Road.
He didn't see it coming?
I guess not. Yeah, it was the second person that died in that same spot. Cleaned up like a month later. Another person there died.
Man.
Yeah.
You gotta put a crosswalk in.
Yeah.
When I first started my first blood cleanup, it was my 5th day, and it was a Friday, and it was like the guy was attempted suicide. He actually didn't die, but he just bled all around the house, and like that was my first one. It was Friday, and it was crazy because I came and there was a note on the bathroom, and I'm reading it, and it said, the first thing out of it said, "Fuck you, Dad." And mind you, this was a grown man that he was probably my age with children, that like slit his wrist, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, you as old as me. What did your daddy do at this age?
That you're still like
that you're still holding on to. That's so. And the family was there, and they kind of like see me reading. They were like, "Oh, you don't need to read that." I'm like, "Oh no, I wasn't." But so like that was like my first break in, and it was like blood everywhere. And shout out to my other boss, Don. She can use the bathroom in any condition. There's blood. Just think of this
wipe the
blood
seat.
splatter and blood everywhere in the bathroom. And she's like, "Oh, guys, everybody get out of here. I got to use the bathroom." And we're just like,
somebody just use it.
"Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
we gotta clean it.
there's dead people sent in here. You don't want us to clean it first, but that's kind of like her tradition, her thing. So, but yeah, it was cool. So that was like my first break into as far as like a blood call and doing the whole forensic side. And like he said, you see some things. Like probably one of my worst ones, I found a piece of a skull that was about this big. It was a 16-year-old kid. He shot his head off with a shotgun. And I mean, it was a tragic thing because like we came to the house. He didn't have a front door. His parents took the front door off, and there was a note on the front of his door like that his parents wrote for him. It was like a list of chores that he could do. And then the first thing they said on it is like what you get when you finish your chores. And the first one they said it was like love from your family. And I was like, okay. I'm like, that's a little
Some
strict. I'm
weird
like,
shit.
Jeez, that's
you have to
transactional.
I'm like, you have to do chores to get the love from your family. I'm like, so this kid was already probably, mind you, when we're there cleaning, this is he was 16-year-old kid, or 15, 16. He had Tom Clancy books inside the house, which are way too advanced for any 16-year-old kid. And he had like airsoft guns, but they were like, they looked real. Like it was like military type guns, and they were like heavy and they're like real. And I was like, okay, what's going on? But in that one I found a piece of his skull still with hair pieces and stuff on it. And it was just like, and it was 4 people. It took us 8 hours to clean the room because it was like, I mean, you have to imagine it was probably buckshot, so it was everywhere. So, and it was textured walls, so you can imagine you spray to clean, and when you wipe it, it's just blood that's balling back up, like it's just kind of balling up. It's not coming off, it's balling up on itself. So we had to spray it and let it sit, and there's just kind of blood drippings that are falling, so we had to kind of watch where it goes. So I mean, that type of stuff, like you had to get used to it. So
For sure.
you definitely have to get used to what goes on, but you come numb to it at a point.
Yeah, I mean,
Smell.
there's probably like the first couple ones. That's probably gonna be what numbs you. That one right there,
for sure. Yeah, because I mean, all the stuff that you see, and then you're cleaning everything. So when you're there cleaning, you could kind of, it's almost like you become a detective. You could paint the picture and see what happened and kind of figure it out on your own like the detectives do. And it's like, so that's where it kind of gets a little graphic. You're like, oh man, there was a struggle going on in here, or you know what I mean? It's like stuff that you can see what was going on. So but you get over it over time because, I mean, I look at it, I like, so for instance, when I was cleaning the woman, the 16-year-old, like, sometimes there's a kind of a dark cloud around. You can see kind of people are like, I'm the type of person to lighten up the mood. And like, I'm cleaning the walls and I kind of stop and look around. I'm like, hey, you guys, you understand that we're cleaning somebody's thoughts off of this wall right now, right? And everybody laughs and stuff. But that's the kind of the things you have to do to get yourself out of the dark mode because, you don't want to stay there. You know what I mean? Because it'll always be bad if you're in those areas. So I'm always the kind of person to kind of joke around and
gotta
make
crack
a bad
jokes.
situation good.
That,
Keep it
that's probably
laughing.
very needed. It's probably
for
very
sure.
needed in that.
Definitely.
There's so many stories that are crazy.
Yeah, I mean, God, and that's the thing. Like every day is something new. I mean, like I said, like we don't just do the blood cleanups. Like we do homeless camp cleanups and COVID cleanups. But like when we're cleaning up homeless camps, there may be a lady out there butt naked, off drugs, just
People start fighting,
picking fights,
buying drugs right in front of you,
Yes,
smoking drugs.
smoking, and that's my thing. Like I had to get used to like they'll smoke their drugs right in front of the police, and I'll be like, "Well, what's the thing?" And they tell me like, "We can't take them to jail unless it's less than like a half an ounce of heroin," and I'm like, a half an ounce? That's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think these guys are gonna ever have a half an ounce. They're lucky to have a gram. So
So like when you're out there, and because you definitely have gloves on,
Yeah.
Definitely have like the bunny suit,
Yeah,
the
for
full
sure.
thing.
Sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah,
It depends on the job.
Pretty much to everyone's leisure and what the job is. If you want to put on a suit and things of that nature.
Plus, it's hot, so
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's like shit and piss, yeah, I'm putting that on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about like because the homeless encampments? There's definitely needles there.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
So like, and they'll go right through the gloves, right? You guys have like a picker thing or?
we do. So we have a method of how we
Pick 'em
get
up.
the needles. Like when they're there, we might hand pick them and throw them to the side, and then we have bins that we put them in. Biohazard bins. So we may just make a pile of straight needles and then come back to it at the end. But most of the time, in those situations, we're using rakes.
Oh.
So we're raking up stuff. We'll see needles on the ground. We could shuffle through, hand pick it, throw it to the side, and then kind of just shuffle around them. So that's like, and needles is a big thing at our job. Like it's like the number one thing. If you get hired, they teach you how to
Pick up the needle.
Yeah, you got to.
Right in front of everybody.
Yeah,
In the meeting,
everybody, they show you
every
how
time
to-
someone new gets put on.
We had someone get stabbed.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
Yes.
Yep, it's happened.
It's happened for sure. But a couple of times, and like they have to get shots like every month for like 6 to 12 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
For rabies and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
all
huh?
types of shit, yeah.
stuff. Like I don't even want to know what could be in there. So, but when it happens, like the people that happens to is like he's wearing gloves that just obviously it's like, come on, that you're dealing with this type of stuff, and you're in here like
He's in there with mittens.
exactly,
Yeah.
knowing that anything can get poked through. Like we get heavy duty gloves. Like if we're gonna be doing certain things, there's gloves for certain jobs. So
You guys hear that siren go on?
I did.
when you hear that siren, you think like you're waiting for like the call.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah, because
Instagram helps a lot too. Though a lot of these Instagram pages, they'll post someone was stabbed or someone was shot here,
Exactly.
and then we know like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
so
our
we're like,
area.
well-
We're definitely gonna get that call.
Yeah, waiting
So-
on the call.
So you guys are the only ones that handle this area then, pretty much.
Yeah,
They're
pretty sure.
Pretty much. They have it all depends. Like if it's private property or something of that nature, they have the option to go to like third party companies. But since we're kind of hand in hand with the police, we have a contract with the city and with the county. So most times they'll go through us. But like depending on the area, if it's private property, things like that, it's really on the owner, whoever has the option to pick kind of who they want. But we are the majority of the time they're gonna call us,
Right.
Because we're usually always on the scene, and we can't even like when it happens, we don't get there until 8 hours later because the police are there. It takes them 8 hours to do their investigation. They have to, come along. So rarely, sometimes I know
They'll call early sometimes, and you'll be sitting there for like an
sometimes-
hour or
I know
two.
you've been one where a body.
Yeah, and I've been to a few.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been in a couple where the body's still,
Still
in
there.
there, and like it's crazy because like to the detectives they don't even care. They're walking through like
cracking jokes.
yeah,
like
well, obviously the
it's
most
funny.
blood's right here, but let me walk you through and show you this trail. It's like okay, this dead guy's like right here. You guys aren't acknowledged, but
Like last summer, I did like four shootings in a day, and seen the same detective like every time. And he's just like, busy day. I was just like, busy day for you? Like that's crazy. Like
4 shootings
yeah, 4
in a
shootings.
day.
You can look it up in the news. Yeah, it was like last summer. It was like back and forth, all in South Sac.
Shit.
Yeah, all back to back.
Man, was it full moon?
It's
I know,
probably,
right?
but it was a crazy day.
That's wild. 4 in a day in the same city.
Yep, and then I sent you a few pictures before too. Like last week, it was like 3 people died in one day from all cars, like all hit by cars. It was on the news this morning too. They had a thing about it, about like over 30 people died this year so far, or something like that, out here in Sacramento.
car accidents?
Yeah, off car accidents, being hit by
man.
cars.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like just people in cars, or that includes
Yeah,
like
pedestrians.
cars
No,
too?
pedestrians and bike people like just getting struck by cars.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
See, that's why I don't walk anywhere.
for real.
You know, that's wow. I don't need the exercise if that's what it's gonna take.
for sure.
definitely.
What do you like? So, I mean, I hate to ask this, but like, what it like? Have you ever been there where you know someone, or like you've seen them before? Like,
My first job I ever did when I cleaned up, my first on-call job when I started it, I cleaned up my brother's wife's nephew. He got shot at a party, yeah. I cleaned him up. And then I cleaned up my cousin that committed suicide.
holy shit!
Yeah.
That's another level.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, none of that really bothers me after my cousin. Like that was like the closest one I've ever done.
Holy
But
shit.
a few times I have cleaned up people that like friends of friends or like cousins. Cleaned up one of my homie's dads on a motorcycle accident. He died.
So there's no like,
claws.
hey, Zuke, can you get this one? Because I know this guy or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just.
You can, but I
You might as well just do it,
as
huh?
well just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might as well just do it. I mean, just like, I mean, if he asked me to do that, I would do it for him. of
Yeah, for
course,
sure.
But like, you know what I mean? But for the most part, we're just kind of like into it. We know we got to do it. We're just like numb to it. It's like we just go there.
People always call me, did you clean up this one? Or send me a picture. Did you clean this one up? I'm like, nah, I didn't clean that one. Just always asking, or always asking.
Man.
Yeah.
What, like, I mean, that's got to be not horrible or terrifying, but like an odd kind of angle to that, right? Because everybody associates you guys with not only death, but a messy death.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's crazy, like, just even when they see like these shirts on the back, it says, "We hope you never have to call us."
Yeah.
And that's
awesome.
always the main question that we get. People be like, well, why don't you want to call us? Like, why don't you want us to call you? It's like, because if you do, it's usually like a bad situation.
Yeah.
Like, you never want to call us because we know that you're probably going through something, or, somebody that might have passed, so that's why you never have to call us, because it's going to be, bad to say, a shitty situation.
Yeah.
How much of a red flag would it be if somebody was like, "Hey, I'd like to schedule you guys for 3 weeks from now"?
It'd be pretty big red flag.
Yeah, I'd be like, well,
It goes to somebody before it gets to me, so.
yeah, I'd be like, that's almost Jeffrey Dahmer. You guys got something else going on at that point, It's
Yeah.
premeditated.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt. I mean, because I was wondering, I was like, that's all like, it's all seat of the pants. It's all like, need it now, right away. It's never like, man, we're booked up for 3 weeks, because,
Sometimes we get booked though, like we get like a death call like 3 days before, like we go.
oh.
Sometimes so it sits, so it starts stinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
I cleaned up like a dude in a bathtub. He died of natural causes, but he died in his bathtub, and his wife didn't want to let him go, so he sat in the bathtub for like, I want to say like 3 or 4 days, just in the water, and like it started stinking. So somebody called it in, and they found him in the bathtub. So they took him when we came. It was just like a soup, like of just, I don't know what, just hair, meat, everything. It was gross.
But when you die, I mean, you shit and piss,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
right?
it was-
All your
I didn't-
fluids,
yeah.
I mean,
It's
everything
bad.
comes out of you. You have to release everything for sure. I cleaned something similar to that. It was an old lady. She had died in her house, just natural causes, but she was in her little rocking chair, and she died in that. And it's crazy because like when we got to it, the chair had her whole like just body imprint, and but there was like these little beetles, like these type of bugs on the ground that were just like feeding on the blood. So when we moved the chair, they were just like moving around everywhere, and I was just like, oh god, it was terrible. We had to like cut out the whole carpet like of that area, because just like you said, all her fluids, everything had just flushed out, onto the chair, onto the floor. So those ones are never good, and the smell is
You never get used to that.
get used to that because the smell is terrible.
Yeah, that's something that's probably like ingrained in your brain. No matter how much you try to train it out, it's like,
Yeah.
you don't like smelling dead bodies, no
Yeah.
matter what. No matter how many
Yeah,
times you see
super
this,
bad.
you can't get used to this.
And the bad thing about that, like, if you're out somewhere, like, that's a distinctive smell. Like, you
know
smell
it.
it, you'll be like, okay, there's
Someone's dead around
definitely
here.
a decaying body somewhere around here.
Have you thrown up at a job?
No.
No, I've never
I don't
thrown
have
up
a
yet.
weak stomach.
Yeah,
No?
I've never thrown up yet.
I've never thrown up.
I feel like it'll happen eventually, but
I've seen.
If it hasn't happened now, I don't think it's gonna.
yeah, you never know. Some are worse than others, but
Yeah, some do be worse than others. I mean, I've seen. Probably the worst for me was probably not even that bad. I hate to see the just coagulated blood when it's, because when we come, it's hours later, so it gets thick and just.
in the summer too, it's baked
in
into the
summer too,
cement.
it's just baking.
Oh.
So we've got like basically like a barbecue cleaner. We use those like for the ground, literally to scrape the blood off, because when it gets so thick, it's just you gotta.
Yeah, you're getting in there. It's hands on, like
Yeah.
for sure. You like
Yeah, you're
better
on
know.
your hands. Sometimes you might be on your hands and knees and
Yeah.
like cleaning.
Scrub
blood.
away from yourself.
Won't you guys don't have like a power washer, or that won't help?
Blood will get everywhere if you do that.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's the opposite of what you're trying to do.
So yeah,
It'll
you got to
spray,
scrub it up
but
as much as you
it's gonna spray
can.
the opposite way, but yeah, we have just like a water hose connected to the van that we use, and we spray everything down.
Even though we get calls to do fucking pressure washing jobs, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not a pressure washer. You're getting me spraying it with a hose, pretty
Tell them
much.
all the time, look, we don't have pressure washers.
Yeah, we got to tell them like, it's
What
not a
you're
pressure
asking
washer.
of us can't actually be done, but I'll try my best. I always do, but
Yeah,
Ooh.
we'll
What-
figure it out.
Isn't it so? Like in San Francisco at night, there's the guys that power wash the streets to make
Yeah.
it not well to make it smell less like piss.
It
right?
still
Get
smells
some of the
so
shit
bad,
off there.
yeah.
But like, are those crime scene guys, or are they just?
No, they're just like what,
No.
city workers.
I mean, we get those calls too. Like, we'll get a call. I've gotten calls 2 a.m. places. They're like, "Hey, a guy pissed over here in the front. We need you to just come wash it down, and we'll disinfect it, wash it down, and then just be on our way." But like, that's a big thing. Like, people pissing and shitting in general areas
On the sidewalks,
on the sidewalk,
crazy.
like right in front of a business, like anything, and it's just like you look at it, and be like, this isn't even a safe area. How did you?
How'd you get away with this?
And you didn't even wipe.
There's a
Exactly.
there's that spot.
There's never
I forgot
toilet tissue.
where is that spot by AMPM. That dude, he always shits right on the corner right there. Like I want to find.
Really?
I want to find this
Wouldn't that be
dude.
on the wall?
It's in front of that apartment complex.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how he does it. It's literally an apartment complex right where he shits at, and he always gets away with it. Every time I'm cleaning it up, the neighbors come out and they're like, "Did it again." I'm like, how do you guys not catch him?
He's a serial shitter.
I swear to God, yeah, he's faithfully there every time. It's his favorite spot.
And that's the other thing. When the shits that we clean up, you see
They're
some
not-
shit, you be
they're-
like,
there's
how
no
did a
way.
How did this come out of someone? You were 10 centimeters dilated. You just gave birth to something.
For sure.
At that point, like it's like you'll see logs. It just doesn't even make sense. You'll be like, how am I cleaning this like clumped this big? Like the diameter is just terrible. Like it's like there's no way that this came out of a man. Like you'll see stuff and it's just it's terrible. And then the smell is bad.
Have you guys so staying on poop for a 2nd have you guys seen or have you heard of what's going on in this coming weekend in France?
No.
So like there's this river. Drew, see if you can pull this up. In France, there's this river, and I think it's in Paris, but they're having Olympics there in Paris this year. Mm-hmm. And so this river, I guess, was super dirty and polluted, and it's been that way for a long time. And everybody's been trying to get the governor and the mayor to clean it up, or whatever, and they won't. But they're cleaning it up now because the Olympics are coming, right? Mm-hmm. So they're gonna spend like $2 billion to clean it up.
Yeah.
After these guys have been saying clean it up, and no, right? So they're gonna clean it up, and they're gonna clean it up so much. They said that the French president and the mayor of Paris are gonna swim in the lake or swim in the river. So I guess a lot of people now are planning on, the next bridge up. They're planning on all shitting in the river.
They don't like that motherfucker then.
They're planning on shitting in the river. All, like
So it can
hundreds
go
of people.
down and slap them right as soon as they get in.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Those guys are my heroes. Okay.
Hopefully they get that on video.
That is classic work right there.
Fucking logged. As
I mean,
hell.
have you? And also staying on shit right now. Have you seen the balloons that North Korea's flying
Yeah, I've
into
seen
South
that,
Korea
yeah.
with the
I have
poop
seen
in there?
Yeah.
I have seen that.
Man, I mean, I'm not gonna say that's like how we should all fight wars, but it's
That's pretty funny.
it's definitely a less violent.
Yeah.
Yes. There's
You
a
know?
majestic miss to some shit.
To shit
obviously,
talking.
Yeah.
We need to harness that tool for sure.
Yeah, that's one thing you gotta watch about too
They're
when you're
2 steps
doing
ahead of us,
the homeless camp removals. When you're like for shit bags or like there's shit and like those homeless people will shit in the most randomest things. So you're like throwing a bucket, thinking it's something else, and it's all shit, and it hits wrong, splatters everywhere.
Oh man.
And then it upsets,
you're pissing everybody off.
Mind you, this is shit that's been sitting in buckets for probably weeks, just fermenting.
Yeah,
And the second you move it,
it's
it
bad.
disperses any type of movement. You've just unleashed the beast because it's it's the worst smell.
I've had to go home before like midday, like call my boss, like, yo, I'm going home. Like I got shit all over my pants. I'm not going there.
Somebody else's.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
else's
Yeah.
shit.
Just
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Anybody could take their own shit.
Yeah.
Someone else's, God forbid.
Yeah, hell no.
Worse.
Or like
God.
piss jugs. You gotta watch out for piss jugs. Like they'll piss in like any type of jug and just fill it up. People were just
Pissing
throwing shit into the
Geyser
truck. You don't
bottle.
know, and then it pops, and then you got piss all over
We
you.
work with trucks, so we're running through the area. We got a claw, kind of like big trap.
That's one thing you gotta watch out too when the claw comes.
Yeah.
Make sure you're back, because I've seen it happen. It smashes.
It's scraping the claw across the ground, so
It's
any
blowing
bottles,
things
anything,
up.
It's just blowing it at you.
I seen a cop get hit with a bottle of aftershave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got.
All
they
white,
clawed. They
just-
smashed it, and the cop was standing pretty close, and it just smacked the whole side of him, caked him.
Homeless people use aftershave?
I guess so. They have, bro. You'll find the most craziest random shit in a homeless camp.
Holy shit! I don't even use aftershave.
Man, look, anything. Like I was looking at your sword right there. Is that Zelda or?
Yeah, that's the Master Sword.
I found that exact sword. It was a real sword at a camp, and I took it and gave it to my boy. He's got it at the house now. But like, you find things like that. It's like, how do you guys even have this? It was like a real double edge. Like it was sharp.
Yeah,
and everything.
that's
like,
that one is it's sharpened in the sheath.
exactly. So I was like, this thing is real. Like, and I looked it up and I'm like, okay, this is the real like Zelda knife. Like I'm like, this is worth some money. So I gave it to my boy though, because he's into that type of stuff. So, but like you come across things like that you wouldn't even know. Like just, I mean, it could be a Pokemon card that could be worth money. Like just
Came up on a TV.
like it's just anything. I came up on.
I got one of my dogs like that.
Oh, really?
The little dog that I had that always runs over here. The little
Really?
one. Yeah, I got her as a puppy at a homeless camp. She was like under a pile.
Damn!
And they have, one of the homies grabbed her, and I took her home.
Thank goodness the claw didn't get her.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Were you guys running the claw that day?
I'm sure they were,
Maybe,
but
yeah.
like when we see like dogs, usually they stay away. Like they'll
Yeah,
run
dogs will run
just
for
because
sure.
of the noise and stuff of the claw, but like we'll have other people there, so we'll keep the dogs away from the area. Most of the time the dogs are cool, but we've got ones that ain't cool that everybody knows to stay away. So the owners will probably let you know, like, no, don't touch them, or don't do this. We'll be like, all right.
A lot of the homeless people you'll see it like frequently. So like we have names for them sometimes. Or they'll tell us their names.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have nicknames for them.
What's the name for the couple that they always argue up and down this street?
The ones that live right here on the little canal. He talking about Mexican auntie and I don't know
I don't know their names, but but we know. I know you're talking about. We know a lot of them know about us by face. Like
they'll see us and be like,
they'll know. Yeah, they'll wave at us.
Yeah.
Like, you got any bags? Because we hand them bags too sometimes to help them out. Like,
really?
Like, back up their stuff and stuff. They have to move or just trash. Tell them to leave their trash at a certain spot. We'll come back for it later.
Yeah, they've been changing that because they're saying that they're not really using.
Oh yeah, I haven't been in the field in a while. I'm on call now, so I don't know how it goes
saying
now.
that they're not using them, so they don't want us to provide them with the bags, because now it's just kind of like, because for instance, when we meet the police at an area, they're gonna move out, some campers that are in the area that you're not supposed to be. We give them the bags, and then it's like, you have to take life essentials and what you can carry. So now you've got 40 bags, and so that the police are like, how are you going to take this and travel anywhere? We need you. They're like, oh, I'm going to take it down here. And they're like, no, you can't be on this street at all. So how are you going to carry 40 bags plus a tent and, and drag it to here? You know what I mean? So they're like looking at us. So they're like, no, don't give them no bags.
They will too, though.
I mean, they figure out ways. Some of the things that we see that are at camps, it's like, where did
The underground bunker one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we found on Roseville Road. There's like a whole like
El Chapo style
tunnel,
bunker.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He literally chiseled into the ground, and then he puttied. Like what he chiseled into, he had like a putty, concrete foundation that he put down. A furnace, fireplace.
There was a couch,
with a hole.
Like a bath, like a big, those big, what are those?
The cinder blocks.
No, that tub. It was like the metal tub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had a tub in there.
Yeah, he had a tub, and this guy. And when you see that, you'd be like, you could be working somewhere, with the skills that you have. Why aren't you doing this to go somewhere? Because I couldn't even do whatever he did. So I'd be looking at it like, God damn, I'm about to call this dude and have him redo my bathroom if he could do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Shit.
you know what I mean? But some of the stuff you see, it's like, but a lot of that be drugs, and they get on those drugs, and it's just like, it's a whole new world. It's just zombies. By our job right there on what's that, North B Street. I've rolled down there at 1 a.m. And it just reminds me of New Jack City. They've got fires going, and everybody's outside, in tents and stuff. And sure they're just shuffling dope and everybody's following who has the biggest dope bag. And I'm like, this is a zombie world. I was like, I was just playing zombies on Call of Duty. This is what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's insane, but I mean, that's the world we live in. It's just like
A lot of the cleanups too are homeless like attacks.
Mm-hmm.
They will call you on them?
Yeah, like one of them stabbed each other, they shot each other.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's crazy. I've been to a few and like they're like, yeah, no, like what happened? They're like nobody seen nothing. There's like 30 homeless people just sitting out there just looking at you clean up. You're like, bro, I know you guys seen something, but they ain't saying nothing over there.
Wow. Well, it's a
They know them cops are leaving after a while, but they ain't leaving, so they can't. There ain't no telling over there.
When we did the, Roseville Road.
Oh, that one was crazy.
We did a big cleanup on Roseville Road, and it was probably like a 2-week thing. During that time, I think they found like 6 bodies.
Yeah, FBI was out there.
Buried. Like they were like burying people and, killing them just like, I guess in their minds they're like, ain't nobody looking for him anyway. We could just, bury him here and just like.
They're just hopping off the trains right there and just doing something and leaving, going to the next city.
I was working one day in there and this a female cop came up to us and she was like, hey guys, you wouldn't happen to have did you guys see a body in a car or anything? And I'm like, well, no. I would have.
Let me check the truck.
You guys. I'm like, you would have had a call if I seen that. I'm like, we didn't. I'm like, no, but can I follow you now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, now we want to see. Yeah.
But, and they, so they were finding like bodies on Roseville Road. So it's just like the realm that they live in. It's just like people don't think about it. Like, you ride by it every day and you see it, but you don't know how deep it really is. It's a whole underworld like that they really live in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we get to see it, unfortunately, you know what I mean? I guess the best thing to say, but we do get to see it, and it's just like a crazy world for sure.
It's a whole other world, a whole other society, a whole other hierarchy, a whole other economy. Mm-hmm. It's like, and it's right over that fence.
Man, I'm telling you. And we've got like over in the South area, we've got the Hmong camp.
Oh shit!
They have like you said, they have like a mayor that runs the area, like a spokesperson.
They had
like
a hawk in a cage.
Yeah, they like have a hawk like that they captured. Like,
in a cage.
Like a real system. Like you come in there, there's people that will come up to you, and be like, "Hey, what's going on? What you doing in here?" Like
can't just walk through it.
You can't just walk through. So it's just like you got to get used to that too. Like damn, like these are real third world people like that are used to things that I'm not used to. Like I'm literally in their world. So it's like I gotta be cool and be like, hey man, we just here to just clean up y'all trash, whatever y'all got. Just let me know what you need. I ain't trying to, disrespect y'all, because they might have a bow and arrow.
A knife,
hit you from 40 yards off. I don't know what's going on. And that's probably one of my biggest fears. I don't want to get hit with a bow and arrow.
I don't want to get hit with nothing by none of them.
God, yeah. Well,
a lot of the time that we're watching each other's backs. Like,
yeah, for sure. So everybody,
depending on who you're with that day.
Yeah.
Because some people, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you treat them like with respect, like you guys do, then that really decreases that chance, right?
But some are on drugs too, so that's all out the window. It's
exactly.
Like, it's all how you approach the situation.
Weekend, then it's just kind of like at your leisure how you want to deal with the situation, Because I've had people. I've told them, I'm like, look, don't let this vest fool you, okay? Because now you're doing stuff that's about to have me do something to you, And they always come to their senses. They'll come back crying like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. I don't know, I didn't mean it, man. I'm like, bro, it's cool, I mean, I didn't. I'm just here to get your trash. I don't know why you were so hostile. I'm your maid to clean up for you. Basically, at this point, you should be appreciative.
Shit, yeah.
I'm looking for a thank you.
Tips appreciated.
Exactly. I'll take tips.
Not the tip with no needle though.
Yeah, no,
I don't
hell
want to
no.
get not the drugs.
God.
Yeah. So I mean, but them is all the perks of the job.
Some of the homeless camps too, you get there and there'll be a brand new like Beamer or Benz parked out, and the person's living in the tent, but they got a fresh car.
Yeah.
Really?
It's it's crazy. It's like, what the fuck?
There's a dude that has a Porsche.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
He has literally a new Porsche, and he be up at the gas station asking for gas. This is like, you're asking me for gas and you have a better car.
Is that car paid off?
I'm working. It's like, I'm a working tax-paying citizen.
Yeah.
You're sitting here asking me for gas. It's like, no, buddy. whatever. I'm about to ask him. Whatever you're doing, put me in.
It's like don't be a
Because
menace when he's
working.
holding the sign.
Yeah.
And he gives him change.
Man, it's bad. I'm telling you.
That's wild. So he's got a Porsche that he is just driving around when he gets gas.
Lives in it.
Lives in it.
I mean, he literally lives in it.
Yeah.
They ever try and he didn't steal it, right? Is it
No.
Nah.
He tried
The
repo
thing
it?
is, the dude this particular person, when you see him, you can tell that he has, some everyday sense about himself. But he is on the streets. So whatever he does, he's mastered because he probably gets money and, going to different gas
Hustling,
stations.
yeah.
Hustling, doing that. And it probably works for him. But, I don't know what kind of story you can sell. You got to pen a mirror and be like, man, my card, my boss blocked my card. Now I can't buy it. You can just give me 20, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
give me your number. I'm going to cash app you,
I don't know. Does squatters' rights work for cars? I don't know.
Probably, maybe.
I mean, and that's another thing. Like, we see that like squatters' rights. They be in houses. It's like just messing up, stealing electricity from the house next to them, just careless stuff, and like they just don't care, and just like that's when the point when you'll see it and you be cleaned up. Be like, come on, guys, like I don't really care what you do, but it's like, I mean, at some point, me being a working man, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. It's like. And when you see your tax dollars being wasted on nothing, and these guys are just like living free and doing what they want, and they believe that they be like, "This is my land." Like I know the woo woo woo, but I'd be like, "Well, call them." You don't even have a phone. You know what I mean?
Some
You
of them got
can't even
phones.
call the person that you're telling me about right now because you don't have a phone. So but like I said, it's all drug induced, and that's kind of how they are. It's a terrible thing.
How long has this been going on? Like it's getting worse, right?
It does.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
It's so Forensic Clean, the business, they've been in business, to my recollection, for about 6-7 years. We've been growing a lot more, because like when I first came in, it was only probably 12 of us with like 8 cars. Now there's probably 50 employees, 20, 25 cars, something like
Truck
that.
and trailer.
Yeah, truck and trailers, you know what I mean? So it's grown significantly, and we're doing things, and I've seen people come, I've seen people go, and
That's where I learned how to drive a truck and trailer. That shit was I was hella nervous doing that.
Yeah, that's
Me
not.
too.
I mean, even when it's not like what you guys do, even if it's just like a boat, it's stressful. You
Yeah.
know? We used to just hang out.
And
at
you're
the boat
backing
ramp,
it
watch
into like
people.
homeless camps and shit. So you're trying to like maneuver around stuff, make sure you're not popping the tires.
Right.
During the winter, people get stuck. During the winter, people get stuck all the time. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're over here. Like, we got stuck at this camp. And then you got to go get pulled out. Hopefully, most
Did
of
you
the time
guys
get pulled out.
You remember? It was I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before, where we had a bunch of homeless people stuck back there.
Yeah, we cleaned that out.
Oh, you
yeah,
did?
yeah.
Yeah,
Forensic Clean did that.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Man, I got videos of those guys trying to get. They brought the van back there. They tried to get the van out, and they spun the tires so much that it was resting on.
I got
the
a
belt.
video of them doing that to like
Yeah.
a black Jeep. They're like trying to push
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm just sitting there laughing like, what are you
some of the
doing?
stuff, like you'll see them do things. It's like they'll have a car with a trailer in the back of it. The car will be basically sitting on the cement, but they'll pull it out of there. I'll be like, man, that 4-banger's got some power.
Yeah, well,
They were back there. They got pretty deep back there till they lit the field on fire. Then that's what like got them all out of there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
always happens. Though. Like they always end up setting something on fire.
I mean, that's the nature, right? Because they're
Yeah.
not really careful.
And those are
they're
the
like-
worst ones to move. And you got to get there. Everything's melted together. Everything's like kind of like, it's like, yeah, it's all bad.
How bad was the fire back there?
Not too bad. It didn't reach the fences. It just
Yeah.
like it took that whole like the creek side out, all by the water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Matter of fact, that fire a couple of days ago, I'm
Oh, on the freeway.
Yeah, on the freeway.
Homeless camp right there.
I'm on BOR tomorrow, so we're gonna be cleaning that area. I don't know exactly what they're gonna have us do. Like
They closed down a
got
lane for
burnt
that.
out, you know what I mean? But we're gonna be taking that path of that. They said it was like 600 acres that got.
There's
burnt
still like there's
over
still
there.
homeless people in there now. Like you can see them now because everything's burnt down. I don't know how they went around their camps, but it didn't burn their
Yeah,
camps.
so, I mean, I guess we'll probably be picking up melted tents and plastic bins that might be on the ground. and just kind of cleaning up that stuff. But I don't know what they're gonna have us do in that area since it's all been burnt. But that's literally the area that we're gonna do tomorrow. So
I think that's the fire that caused all the internet to go out.
Yes,
because
it
they
was.
burned
Yeah.
up like 8,000 feet of fiber or something.
I think
Exactly.
it's that little station
That
right
was
next to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they were saying.
they need to make another station.
Man, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. I seen it.
You know, like
How are we solely dependent on it? Seems like we got one station. It burnt out. Now everybody is
Well,
just...
if I knew that, I'm like, y'all can't come over here no more.
it's surrounded by dried grass and homeless people. What do you think's gonna happen?
You're messing up my internet.
You know,
It's like,
holy
look, they were
shit.
probably already hacking into the internet some type of way, because that's another thing we see.
They be on
Like,
laptops.
they like hack into the light poles and like splice the
Oh,
wires
yeah.
and get electricity, and they'll have, power lines,
TV
it'll be
playing.
just
Water from a fire hydrant.
Oh, yep.
everything.
Filling up
These
jugs.
guys-
Yeah.
Yeah. They be doing that for
Like I
sure.
said, the things that they figure out, you can have a job at that point.
I mean, it's good to keep them close, right? Because World War III is just around the corner, and if we get nuked, then nobody has internet, nobody has power.
They're ready.
Those
They
are
got to
the
jump
nuked-
on us.
Yeah.
I'm the one
They're
you
gonna be like-
befriend. Hey, look, come over here. I got some cereal for you. Show me how to do this.
Yeah.
You're gonna have on that foil
Yeah,
helmet.
I've pulled up to camps in the morning. They're making French toast, eggs, like getting down. Like, what the hell? Like, let me get a plate.
Yeah, it be smelling good.
Yeah,
too.
it's smelling
You be
good too.
Is that butter? Yeah, let me get one of them bacon strips.
Yeah, all the food just sat out, just getting down in the
Sometimes it do be
morning.
smelling good at some of them camps.
Well, I mean, but then those must be the ones without the shit smell.
There's some that are clean. Like, don't get like. There's some
Yeah,
homeless people that are like
there's-
got their everything's like in order. Like,
Yes.
if they get moved out of a spot, they're gone. Like, everything's packed up, gone.
So those are the kind of people that are like modular. They could just bug out, right? Like,
Yeah.
they
There
have
are
all their
some
gear.
civilized, I guess, functional transients that can move around, have some skills about themselves, and like I've cleaned an area where this dude, he made a whole house inside like a rock area. Like, he was in the rocks. He like put beams of like tree branches that he carved and made straight, and like cut them symmetrically, and like lined up other tree branches with them. And it's like, it was a real deal thing. And I was just like, man, you made this so good. Like, had a whole like heating system, made himself a furnace where everything would go up. And I was like, I kept telling him, I was like, man, you need a job. I'm like, if you can do this, I'm like, somebody will hire you to do something. But so yeah, some of the stuff, like, these people are level-headed, and they make decent, which is always the worst ones to break down, of course.
Yeah.
Remember? 'Cause
It's almost
we're-
like art.
Exactly. It's like we're cleaning. It's like, man, we might need tools that we might not have at the time. It's like, look, we need sledgehammers, maybe some sawzalls, you know what I mean? Because this is some intricate stuff. So,
Oh, that dude in West Sac.
oh yeah, this guy in West Sac, we call him Tio. He's somebody's uncle, but he makes like real cabins.
They knock him down and he makes them right back.
Really?
Yeah.
In a week. Like,
I don't know how he's getting the
literally.
material.
There's
He's
people that
hitting
they
somebody's
said
yard.
there's somebody, he knows somebody that lives around there, and they bring him material, and he just probably gets high, and
That's a lot of material.
all day, 12 hours. You got to think what you could do in 12 hours if you get
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, I pulled
You
up
know
on
what I
them
mean?
removing that spot, and he was like, I got a video of him really like trying to pull the shit down. Like, they had to bring
Yeah.
the claw in there to get it down. Like,
Oh, for
and that was hand built by one dude probably.
They
You
should
don't
go
be
on.
having help.
Have you guys ever seen that reality show? Like, it's I think it's called. There's one called, I think, Naked and Afraid, Naked and Alone,
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I have seen
And I mean, shit. That's if I was able to do that shit, like build a shelter every day, and somebody knocks it down every day,
Man.
like go on there, get your $1 million, and then just go do something for real.
It'd probably be a walk in the park for that dude.
probably
yeah.
would.
It should be afraid and naked, because I'm scared first, and I'm naked. I don't even know if I can do anything.
Yeah, I'd be scared.
That's gonna be my first thing I'm gonna do is find a couple of tea leaves so I can cover myself.
I'm
up.
covering myself in mud.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump in a big thing of mud.
I don't know. I mean, I'm leaving it open.
Till a mosquito
yeah,
bites
man.
you.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. I guess not. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you're like, what's that bump?
A bump? No, that's where you're not supposed to have bumps.
Now, if I pull that, will you get stronger?
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
God.
That's gonna be the crazy thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's man.
Well, it's swollen.
He's swole.
Come here.
Don't play with it.
God.
Yeah. But yeah, man, the perks of this job is like, it's always something new every day. Like we get to, and it's cool like working side by side with the police because you know a lot of people think police is assholes and this, that, and the third. But like we come across some police that are just like us, and it's like
Still assholes.
yeah, it's like there's no difference. Like they're cool, they crack jokes. It's just like these are regular people. You know what I mean? And it's like so you get. I think, like for me, I think it was good because I kind of was biased about the police, you know, before this, and now that I work side by side with them, it's like, oh, I have a different respect, and like, you know, I could look at them, you know, and not be like, oh, I know you an asshole, or, you know, this, that, and the third, because I know that they're all individuals, and you know, and then you kind of you develop relationships with them.
Yeah, you start
over
cracking
time,
jokes
you know,
with certain
like,
ones.
They really know us, you know, with first name basis and stuff. So I think that's like
They looking
cool
us up. That's why.
I know. I always thought about that. I wonder if they're looking us up and knowing our first. And I mean, because like one of the police, like the chiefs, one of the big dogs, he knows all of us, like first name. I don't know if he's looked us up, but like
Cool ass dude.
yeah, he's told us.
Always
he's
talking shit.
He's like, if you get in trouble, go ahead and you can throw my name out.
Yeah, I was top.
Yeah, he's
I've
like-
been pulled over before and had forensic clean on, and cop walked up to the car and was just like, "Oh, I remember you from the crime scene." I'm just like, "Yep, my bad, bro. Take off." I'm just like,
Saved you.
"Cool, thank you. Have a good day."
Shit, so I mean, you get to be on that level with them, you know, like
Exactly.
because you're on a professional level with them.
Exactly.
You're not just somebody.
Yeah. You gotta meet
know?
the homicide detectives doing this job a lot. Like you see a lot of them. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a few of them.
Shit, ask, when you're invited to the Christmas party's coming.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real.
Shit.
Like, man, one cool thing, matter of fact, my boy Sativa and his dad, which is our boss, they just got, a couple days ago, invited, they were out on the SAC PD helicopter. So,
Oh, what?
Yeah, they got
that
a
was
helicopter
tight.
ride, like, full aerial view. They took, like, videos and stuff. Like, it was, I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, I ain't never been in no helicopter. Why y'all didn't call me? You know what I mean? But it's cool, like, just stuff like that. You get perks, you know what I mean? Like, you get to go out there with SAC PD, you know what I mean? Get an aerial view of some of the things you would never really see from that view, you know what I mean? And he said it was like a dope experience. So I was like, them is like the perks of the job. Like, just building those relationships.
Dude, that's awesome. Personally, that scares me because helicopters. I mean, I fly planes, and so, but
Okay.
helicopters, because if my engine goes down in a plane, I still glide.
You can fly a Cessna?
Yeah. Well, I fly Pipers. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same kind of thing. Little planes like that. Cessnas are usually high wings, and Pipers
Yeah.
are usually low wings.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a different way of like landing and taking off depending on where the wings are. But I tell you, I had a roommate in college that was in Chico that was a helicopter pilot, and he was like, "Man, it's so safe. You could just auto gyro." Which what that means is just hoping that you can your falling can twirl the helicopter rotor enough to slow you down to where you won't explode when you crash. You still crashing.
that.
Like,
You're still
there's-
crashing.
like, what are you talking about, auto gyro? That
Yeah.
doesn't sound safe at all.
Yeah. They're still in a whirlwind. What are we doing here?
And like one time when I was flying with my instructor, he reached over and pulled the throttle all the way down, and so like
Start to
it was
dodge.
stopped, and like
Okay.
it was all quiet, and he's
Kinda
like
floating.
He was like, "Now what you do?" And I was like, so we like when you're doing that, you have to like pitch down, so you point the airplane down to get like control, and then you just trim for the best glide,
Yeah.
which is like 80 miles an hour usually in a plane like that, but. In a helicopter, you really, really trust whoever's flying that thing.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just physics.
Hey.
Got to keep a parachute on.
My brother,
Yeah.
he's got his pilot license, and like I always tell people, you have to be a smart and certain type of individual to fly a plane, because I couldn't do it. Like, it takes a lot. Like, I remember my brother when we was young, like he'd be like on flight, like I turn on the computer. This is like 95. I turn on the computer. It's like, man, I'm trying to play something. He's playing Flight Simulator, but you just see a screen on autopilot of like, a cockpit. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh, I'm flying to Hawaii. It takes 5 hours in real time. You know what I mean? I'm like, so he was that type of person. So I knew that he was going to be like that type. So, flying a plane, I think that's like dope. I wish I could do that type of
It's a different kind of rush, right? When you're first, that's your first solo, and you get up there and you're alone, and you're like, holy shit! In
Start
30
forgetting
minutes,
stuff.
in 30 minutes, I'm either gonna be super jazzed up or I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like there's nothing
no
in between.
Yeah.
And so luckily it's super jazzed up, but you know, I mean,
Yeah.
but still, like the helicopters, man. And especially what happened to Kobe.
Yeah.
You know,
I was gonna
everything,
say
it's
that.
like,
I didn't even want to say it.
well, you gotta say it. No, it's been a year. We can talk about it.
Did you see the thing of the Asian dude at the Comic-Con or something? Like he made like a crashed helicopter with like a Kobe face, and like when he like kneeled down, it was the helicopter crash, and it was like Kobe's face in the front. Like,
it was like a
did not see that.
cosplay or
disrespectful,
something.
I did
bro.
not
Like,
see that.
That's over the line a little bit.
That's how I feel. I'm
The
like,
person
that's
that
a
cleaned
little
up
over
his
the line.
body, though, didn't they take pictures of him?
Oh yeah, they was like video everything, but like people were doing it in awe, like you know, they're like
Like it's Kobe.
appreciating-
We take a picture of him if he's alive too.
That's crazy.
You know, but like to do that, to make a Halloween costume on that, I mean,
That's
it's still too
crazy.
soon from that.
Yeah, for sure. That's just like, I mean, yeah, that's
Like you might be able to get away with like wearing the crocodile hunter costume with like the stingray through it. You might be able to get away with that now because it's been so much time. But there just haven't been time with
an
Kobe.
amazing costume idea
Rest
for
in peace.
Halloween this year.
Feel free.
I never thought of that.
You heard it here first on Cut the Moment.
Hey, for real. You've heard it first, and when you see me, just know where you heard it at, because I'm gonna be weirded. I promise.
That'd be hella funny.
But I mean,
Funny.
yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
That-
that was bad.
Yeah, I just where that wasn't around here, right? I want to say that was like in South Korea.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it
for
was,
sure, yeah,
somewhere.
here.
I was gonna say like Japan, South Korea.
Yeah.
It was somewhere out the way to where the morals are a little different.
Yeah, they do
I
all kinds
guess.
of weird shit sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Sometimes.
we do, you know, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
like
not to say that we ain't victims
Yeah.
of that, but you know, that right there, you know, that's a cultural difference. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's something that
well,
That's
and
how we
Kobe
ever
was
look
not
at it.
Korean.
true.
Yeah, he was
At all.
American, so it's kind of like with us, and it's kind of like we grew up watching him.
Even though he spoke 6 different languages, or was it 4?
Did he?
Kobe spoke like 4 or 6 different languages. You know, he's not even really American. He grew up in like Germany, so you know what I mean.
That's right.
I did not know none
So,
of this.
You know, Kobe grew up speaking like 4 to 6 different languages, so he was elite just on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my older sister, she's like fluent in like Japanese. And I think
Damn.
that's like one of the hardest languages.
Yeah, I mean
No.
that's probably one of the few places that I would want to go is Japan, and like maybe Australia.
Yeah.
because I'm not really a traveler. I've been out of the country one time, and it was in Tijuana, and I was 18, and I'll never go back. And it just it made me.
I need you to
Wait, what?
I need you to get out there and experience the world. I'm a traveler.
Don't
so
let one trip ruin it.
I mean, man.
I love to travel.
It took me almost 20 years to get used to the laws that we have here.
This guy's been fucking everywhere.
I mean, my hat's off to you, you know, but like, I mean, I'm lucky to not still be there in the jail cell, you know? Like,
Hey,
it's just
Oh,
like,
locked up abroad type shit.
yeah, they never got me there.
Why was you
Yeah,
flying that plane?
Ultimately, that's the main thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But just like I said, like I love traveling. Like this year, I'll be 40 this year in August, and I'm going to the Maldives.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's just like, man, I love traveling, like going places, like and telling all my young people, like, look, because they always be like, oh, you do this, that, and the third, and I be like, I'm like, it's not hard. I said, I just spend my money differently. I'm like, you guys probably spend what I spend on a trip within a month. You know what I mean? Like something of that nature, maybe 2 months. I'm like, so it's just all on what you want to do. And once I traveled at a younger age because my dad, he used to work for United Airlines when this is way back. I was flying for free since I was like 7 years old, 5 or 7 years old. My dad got basically not fired, but let go, but he got lifetime benefits. So we've been flying for free since then. So we always like being.
Yeah, I would
young,
travel
got a
too if I was
chance.
flying
yeah.
for free.
I got a chance.
That
to
might
travel.
be
Yeah.
different for me then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but like being young, traveling, we used to go to Hawaii. Like my dad told me, he was like, we were broke, but We were flying for free. I was getting the hotels dirt cheap. He's like, he's like, you notice we didn't do excursions.
Yeah, how much did it cost to go to the beach?
He was like,
Nothing.
exactly. He was like, we would just go to the beach and that was our thing. And I was cool with that. So, but like having that thing of traveling young and doing that made me kind of get out the box and know like I wanted to travel. And then when I got older, I really started like traveling. I've been Dubai, Spain, you know, Ibiza. I mean, I've been so many places, France, you know what I mean? I've been everywhere. So I love traveling and going out places because like they treat you different. You see how people, you know, you talk to people that you wouldn't even think.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, so I like doing that type of thing. So I always encourage younger people or whoever, travel.
Get out
Since
there.
you've always only been to Tijuana, please God, for the love of, I need
And he
you
got
to
locked
step
up.
Out, you step out of there.
Almost
Yeah.
locked up.
When you step out of there and somewhere else, you're gonna be like, okay, I see what I've been missing.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. I just it's not that I'm super against traveling, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it almost stunted my growth as a traveler.
Yeah.
You know, like instead of that, it's like I only was like, I mean, it's the laws, right? Because I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Exactly.
But I was drunk. I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I was dressed like I just came over the border from San Diego, and I looked like, I don't know, that if you made me call my parents, they'd give you money.
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
but you know, it's when you're there and you're like, because this particular cop car that I was in the back of, it didn't have the grate, right?
Okay.
The cops had the uniforms and everything, and the cop car was the cop car.
Oh, hell no.
But it's like it didn't have the grate, so and I didn't get cuffed, and I was like, you know, and the hooker and the undercover cop got out of the car. They stopped the car and got out, and so just me back there now in the back seat with two cops, and I'm like, okay, you're not gonna go to Mexican jail. I'm psyching myself up to like snap the neck of the driver. Right? So like Steven
You
Seagal
better fucking run
and
back.
I'm like,
Things got drastic quick.
and as I'm psyching myself up, the cop car pulls over again, and they start harassing this dude who is like a little bit bigger than me, and so he starts giving him trouble, right? And he starts to get like, you know, like, no, get off me, that kind of thing. So they both get on him, and I take that to like hop in the front seat, hop out the window, and just bolt, right? And they're like, get back here, you better like get back here right now. I'm like, hell no, fuck
Wait,
that
what?
shit.
I'm out.
Oh, hell yeah. This was.
And then I get to this alleyway, right? And I'm looking to the right, and I see a cop. It's a different cop, but I see him, he sees me, and I just bolt the other way. Obviously a red flag, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to climb this fence, get away from him, and he pulls me off the fence.
Oh, they catch you.
And he's like, what the hell's your problem? Why are you running? I was like, I know how you guys are. I hate this country. I miss George Bush. I miss Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just want to go home.
Start name dropping
Yeah.
on.
So, because, I mean, that was the president and the governor at the
for
time,
sure.
right? And they're like, oh, okay. All right. You just need to calm down and get back to the border. I'm like, where
Was
is
it like broken English that they would say, or were they like,
Just like I'm talking now.
what?
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. It was barely even an accent.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's like
they,
they're used to this.
yeah, and they're like, get back over the border. I'm like, where is it? They're like, you'll find it.
Oh, that's the scary part. You'll find it.
That's so
They
tight.
wanted
You
you-
jumped out of the cop car.
That's
Yeah.
what they wanted.
Because, man, I have heard too many stories, and this is back in, like, I think 05 or 04, and it's like, still, it was back then where they would throw, you know, throw Americans in jail,
Yeah.
get
Or on
money.
the side of the road, you know, rape you for all your money and then just throw you out naked. You got to
Yeah.
walk back to the border.
Well, they tried
with no
that.
credentials. You know what I mean?
They tried getting my money because they took me by ATM, you know? So I put my card in, and I was like, I put the wrong code in. I was like, I think I must have spent all my money at the bar, you know? And then they're like, well, you're going to tell that to the judge. And I'm thinking, you know, there's not going to be a judge. So,
The judge is drunker than you guys.
yeah.
Okay,
That's so funny.
Yeah, for real.
But,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
that's the kind of thing where it's like, I wasn't supposed to get lost in Tijuana,
man.
you know? But it happened that way. And it was quite an adventure. But I will say that I almost because my wife really likes to travel, and I almost like wish that I did, but it's also the fact like I only speak English and I can only speak Spanish based off of like all 3 years of Spanish 1 that I took.
I only speak English too. Imagine me going out there. Everybody try to speak. People do it out here. Try to speak Spanish to me. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
Man, I went to the DR and like, you know, they all look like me and like they're like talking to me in Spanish from the jump and I'm just like, no say.
Nope.
No say.
I don't even know. I don't know no
I'm like, I'm
Spanish.
sorry, I don't know. I'm like, tell me. And they're like, oh, Papa, you don't know? I'm like, no.
Hey, I get the
I'm
coldest looks
American.
too.
I'm
When people are like,
shit.
you don't speak Spanish? And they just look at me and walk away. I'm like,
I seen this dude. He was a bartender. I'm telling you, he was darker than me. So I'm saying, in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is definitely a domesticated dude. I can come to him and be like, hey, brother, woo woo. So I was like, bruh, woo woo, what's going on? What you got to drink in here? And he was like, he looked at me. He's like, oh no, Papa. I'm like,
wrong one.
oh shit. Okay, this is a full Hispanic or Spanish speaking man. And I was like, just let me get a beer, sir. Whatever y'all got, you know what I'm saying? But that type of thing, but like, I could feel you with that because like the barrier of language, but your phone save you because you have like translator apps.
Yeah.
Things
Now,
of that
yeah.
nature
Yeah.
that you can do.
Now
like-
you do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a big step in the right direction.
Oh, for sure.
I had a guy that was here that was on the show maybe a couple months ago, and he was from Russia. Mm-hmm. And, he had left the military because of the war, and so he basically, like, just ditched his truck one day and walked across and finally got over, and he was, like, the video was only, like, 35 or 40 minutes long, but we were here for, like, over an hour, trying to, because it was, I would say something, he'd look at it, and he would, like, type something up and say it in English, or if he couldn't really... pronounce it. He'd show me.
It took time for him to understand what you were actually saying.
Yeah,
Needed a translator.
yeah, but I mean that's just only going to get better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And right now it's pretty usable as it is. So maybe I will. Maybe I will start traveling. But that's why Australia is kind of up there because that language barrier isn't really there.
Yeah,
same with the UK or
Yeah.
Canada. I'm not really allowed there, but
I'm not allowed in Canada. We can't go to Canada either.
Well, I don't have any felonies, but I went to Canada before.
I don't have any felonies either. But
I went to Toronto. Then you can go if you don't have any felonies.
no, DUI, they don't let you. I've had one. I got one like 10, 12 years
Really?
ago. Yeah.
They're that strict? God damn.
I was like, damn, he got a felony? What did he do? I was like, damn, I don't even know my neighbor.
This guy.
I was like, you running from cops?
2019. I went to Toronto in 2019. Me and my wife, we went for just like New Year's. It was just kind of like
You went for a Drake
anniversary
concert.
thing for
Oh,
us.
Drake concert?
No. Shit. No, I didn't go for that. Hell no. I was in the 6, but I wasn't at a Drake concert though. But I was chilling in the 6 with my woes. But, it was okay. But it was cool though. Like, Toronto was a good place. It was nice, like good food, vibe. The drinking age is 17.
What, really?
What?
17
I'm gonna look that up.
out there, which is, I thought that was insane. And I was like, what?
There's no way.
It's 17 or 18.
Gotta be 18. 17?
Bruh, that's what I feel like it's 17 because
That's like
it was
Mexico shit.
Something crazy. No, Mexico's even still 18.
Yeah, I think Mexico's 18, but
Canada, bruh, I think it was like 17. That's why I was
18 and 19, yeah.
18, 19?
Yeah, 18
okay,
is
so
the-
that's 18, 19. So it was the 19 what threw me off. Yeah, so 18, 19 was the drinking age. But
19 in certain areas, 18 in other areas.
oh, that's
Yeah.
confusing as fuck.
Yeah.
exactly. It's like I can only drink, it's like 19 in some areas, so you 18 could drink in one county. Well, you know what county to go get drunk, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine like just getting over the border at into the other county is just like what kids do.
And it's crazy because when I was out there, I found out that crime isn't a big thing in Canada. Like, because you can't have a gun. Like, if you have a gun, you go, like, basically underneath the jail. So I went to a dispensary that was there at the time. And I got there, and the first thing I noticed, I was like, I walked in, people everybody sitting around, and there was a guy just talking crazy, like, oh, fuck you guys, whoop. And I'm looking, I'm like, where's security at? Like, I'm thinking, do I have to defend myself against this guy or what's, so, but that type of thing, like them not having crime and stuff. So like things you don't see out here, like there was no security, like, but they got him out of there. And after that, everything was fine. Like somebody was in there with their kid. And I was like, you got a child at the dispensary?
Tight.
Jeez.
I want to meet this kid. He's going places. Okay. Your mom might be
On to something.
an oracle. You don't even know it.
She's got a microdose in him. He's a math whiz.
Exactly.
The weight's for him.
How much Adderall's in the back? That's what I want to know. No. Yeah, but so stuff like that, it was crazy. Like, just seeing that, like, crime not really being a big thing. So, like they do things differently. But, Canada was nice. I enjoyed it. Somebody told me that you want to go to Montreal, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Montreal is one of the places to go.
You see the Northern Lights up there in the way up?
I didn't. I wish I did. I mean, when I went, it was in December, so it snowed a couple of days while I was out there, which was cool. Got to see it snow. I woke up, snow everywhere, you know what I mean? I was like...
See any moose?
Oh, shit.
I didn't see any mooses. I went to like this aquarium.
You mean meese?
Pretty dope. I know, right? I did want to see like some real wildlife, but I think I wasn't in the indigenous areas to where, you know what I mean? To where it was probably just more a rural area to where it was a lot of people and stuff. So
Different kind of Canadians live over there in the wild.
yeah, for sure. You got to be careful. You might end up food.
Canada's got their rednecks too.
Oh yeah,
They're a lot different.
yeah. They got their Hells Angels. They're, you know what I mean. They've all flourished out there. So they've got their they've got their heritage in Canada for sure.
God.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
So you're going to the Maldives next?
Maldives in August. I leave August 4th. And yeah.
How far is that?
You said what?
How far is that?
Shit, that's like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know. The first flight is 15 hours and 40 minutes. So the first flight is from San Francisco to Dubai, straight shot.
Oh,
And that's 15 hours 40 minutes. I'm flying Emirates Airlines though, which is
Oh, yeah, you're going
top
deep.
hat airline.
yeah, that's a ballin' airline.
Yeah, so I didn't pay for, I'm not gonna thank the funk. I didn't pay for business class, but I have a plan to get business class when I get there.
Okay.
So whoever's working the counter, I have $500 that I put aside already for this because I'm gonna offer it to them because they don't get paid much.
Right.
And I'm gonna just be like, hey, I got $500 for you. I got my old tickets. I'm gonna put the money in between the tickets like this. If you could just, you know what I mean, and make me business class. I don't even need first class. Put me in business so I can just stretch my feet
Yeah,
out. For
I just
15
want
hours.
that extra 8 inches of leg room.
Exactly. I just want to be able to lay my feet out and lay down like a human. Mm-hmm. If I could do that for this 15 hours, it doesn't matter. There's $500 for you. That's going to be more than you're going to make today, ma'am. Mm-hmm. So if you want, you just take that kindly, hit a button in there, and I'm gonna be like this. I ain't even gonna look. Just you know what I'm saying? Just hit the button and make it cool.
Has that worked before?
I've never done.
It's gonna be his first time.
It's gonna be my first time. I've never done it, but so when I fly with my wife, I pay for the flights. When I fly for free, I can pay extra to get a first class flight guaranteed.
Yeah.
Just depending on how far it is and where it's at, it may cost more. So we're talking from $50 to $150. So I took a first class flight to Australia one time, and it was $125. Basically, that's what I had to pay for the flight.
What?
First class. And you know what's crazy? I was in there talking to this dude. He was like, he was cool. He was like, oh man. He's like, how much did you pay for this flight? Woo woo. And I was like, oh, well, I was like, I fly for free. I was like, I just had to upgrade for the first class. It was $125. I told him that. I promise you. He didn't say anything else to me the whole flight.
Yeah, he saved up like a couple months to get that fucking ticket,
was like-
probably.
He looked at me and just was like kind of laid back and was like, I just spent $11,000.
He's like,
And
I'm the sucker.
Yeah, I'm talking to this guy who's on this free flight. And I was just like, so stuff like that. So it has its perks. Like, it's cool. Like, first class flight makes a big difference.
Yeah, we should stop telling people that.
Hey, listen. I want everybody to do.
Hey, we can cut it out.
Yeah, I don't want. There's no secrets, okay?
Yeah.
I'm the Lord for a reason. There's no secrets that I hold. I put it all on the table, okay? It's all right.
Yeah, he makes work interesting and funny.
As if it's not interesting already.
Yeah,
I know.
we got some cool coworkers. Like
We do.
Yeah,
I'm the guy that like comes 7 a.m. I'm screaming.
our Monday meeting, our
Same,
Thursday
like-
meetings are the funniest shit.
Yeah, it's like it's like I might be like just the other day, like I was eating macaroni and cheese and lobster tails at 7 a.m. And like I look up and I see him, he's staring at me like kind of like commentating as I'm eating. So like, but I knew he was doing something, so I'm like, oh God, but things like that happen at work. It's like it makes it golden moments because we do work with some cool people.
You
Like
eating lobster at work?
Oh yeah,
You eating lobster at work?
this-
You're flying first class.
he's bougie as hell.
In my defense, this was the day after Father's Day, so this was the lobster tail leftovers from Father's Day that I was eating.
No,
Still, though.
And mac and cheese, but
What'd you eat on
it was
Father's
still
Day?
high class.
What I ate on Father's Day? Fuck. I don't think I ate. I think I just drank.
Applebee's? No, I'm just,
I think I just drank.
I just drank.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
You
you
can
won
see-
already.
Yeah, you can
if
see me
just
in my
drank.
above ground pool, chilling with my phone going and just like,
I know, right?
and that was it.
He was
Since it's my-
hibernating
They're like, "That
on
okay?"
Father's Day. And that is funny.
Yeah, well, because we were supposed to do the show, but
Yeah.
I think you got called out,
I got
right?
called out. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
every time I'm supposed to come, I get a call. I'm like, I shouldn't get a call.
know.
Then I'm like, another call. I'm like, fuck.
Man.
That's
Yeah, he
so
called me
today I got
like-
today off. So I was like, yeah,
He
there's
called
no
me today,
calls.
He was like, we doing a thing at 6:30, and I was at the house playing Call of Duty, and I was like, oh, that is.
That's why I had to bring him. He's more of a talker. I'm like, with me, it would have been like really quiet. I'm not really,
Yeah,
I'm not
you'd
really
You'd be
a social
surprised, man. You'd be
person.
surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not
I told
really
him- I told
social.
him, I was like, listen, I said you can piggyback off me. okay?
Yep,
I
that's
said,
exactly what I've been doing.
I have the personality. I'm a more outgoing, like that's my I'm an entertainer.
That's why I had to tell him too.
You know.
We're wearing company shirts because if I didn't tell him, they'd come in like some fucking Louis Vuitton, fucking
No,
Balenciaga fucking shirt.
I just got off today, so I wasn't gonna wear any of that stuff. I just came with a white tee. I did have to borrow one of his work shirts,
Surprised it fit him.
but it's okay.
So you actually had to work today.
Yes, I was at work today. I worked 7 to 4 today. I was in the field, but I was just doing DCR things. So it's just like we
have
like,
different teams.
Yeah, we got different teams throughout the day, and then it's like DCR is just like we have a system, a 311 system. People can call and be like, "Oh, there's homeless here, and there's trash in the area."
They send in some
Come
wild
pick it up.
311s. They'll be like, people having sex, people
Yeah.
shooting drugs,
They'll be like, they're
fighting.
selling drugs
We
out
get there and
here.
we're like, who's having sex?
First thing is like, ma'am, we heard people were having sex. I just wanted to know where that person was, so I can.
But man, it's never something you want to see, though. It's never
We
people that you want
pulled
to
up-
see.
oh,
It,
we
right?
Is it a
pulled up
ticket? Did
to,
you pull a
tents,
ticket
yeah.
from here, or how do I get in line? No, I'm just playing.
We pulled up to spots. Were you there when that dude, when the what'd you call her from Scorpion King?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we pulled up to, I was working with him. We pulled up to a job. They were in the tent getting down, and the dude comes out in his basketball shorts. He's like, oh, trying to help us clean. We're like, bro, just go back in there. Like,
Listen.
and then she pops her head out, and then next thing you know, a fight cracks off. Like, another homeless person walks up, annoying the dude, and the dude knocks her out. Hits a chick, it was a chick, knocks her out.
She was talking shit to us for cleaning. And he's like, "Man, shut up. Let them clean this shit up. Like, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Fuck you." And he's like, "All right." And like went in the tent, came back out, and like just
Cracked her.
like
Spit a tooth out.
What?
Yeah. Funny part about it,
Did
it's
you guys
like,
have to clean it up?
no, it's like 8 in the morning, right? The dude does that and just takes off running.
Yeah.
And like hits this big ass fence in the we're watching him run. We're like, where's he going?
Yeah.
He hits the fence and he's gone. We're like, and the lady's just on the floor, and I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, we'll just grab the trash, man. Let's go.
Yeah. It's like,
She gets
listen,
up
we
a few
got
minutes
job
later
to
and
do
goes
at
back
the end
into her
of the day.
tent.
Yeah.
He probably thought you guys were gonna like you were like mandatory reporters or
Oh
something.
yeah, no. The chick that he was with in the tent, she came out with the towel wrapped around her, not knowing what went on. She's like, "Where
It was
did
Dixie Ann, right?
Yeah, Dixie Ann in the corner of the court." She's like, "Where did he go?" We're like, we looked at her. We're like, we just took off. We're like, we're out of here.
She didn't even know she got clocked.
No, she didn't even know what was going on. The lady was still in the
She
tent.
was still in the tent.
Yeah.
She walked by with just a towel on. I was just like, what is that smell, man? No, I'm just,
This is like in the morning too. This is like fresh, first top of the morning. We seen someone get. Yeah, we seen some crazy
I
shit.
be wanting to do interviews. Like when I see that, I just want to have things be like, so ma'am, how was it when you was in that tent?
No AC.
I need a play-by-play if you don't mind.
Or the amount of
be
sex
like-
toys we find at jobs. Like,
Really?
Yeah, we found like
a whole. We
sex
found
doll?
a whole sex dog. She was 5'4",
In the box.
30 pounds, whole like human being, and it's crazy. Like we took it out the box, and like we have these big trucks, and we were in the truck. Somebody threw it from the truck, and like we had it in slow motion, like filmed.
Oh my god!
It hit the ground.
No, that's the half body one.
It was so no, that wasn't.
I'm talking about the one that's the half body one that fell from the. I have that video.
No, I'm talking about the whole body.
Oh, they did that to that one too?
They threw it from the truck. I think it was Victor. He threw it from the truck, and it hit the ground. And like, it's sad to say, but the ass moved so lifelike.
It was crazy.
It was like how it moved.
Did it have a jiggle to
like,
it?
It was like I was like anybody would have been like.
Except keep it real, though, someone's Amazon package did not make it
Man,
because it was in a
not.
homeless camp. Like it was open in the box. Like we're like, well, somebody got that shit stolen off their porch.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Wow.
I've been to camps and like this one guy, he made literally like he put pants.
That was bad.
He made like a lower half and a torso, like it was a shirt. He stuffed the shirt. It was like a full body.
It was sculpted,
had titties and everything, but the middle part had a hole in it. Like in like
gloves.
You could tell that they were like holding it and doing their thing. Like it's like, oh, it was so bad. It's like you guys made. It was like weird science. You made a human,
Like weird.
and you started doing things to it. I'm like, and it was just in the whole like where we found it. It was just pornos.
Yeah,
everywhere. It was
taped
like-
to the wall,
it was a
glued
hut,
everywhere.
like, it was just stuff everywhere.
It was
And
the
I'm
Jack
like,
Shack.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, these guys. They
Dirty
yeah,
Mike and the boys.
They
It was,
don't-
it was a soup kitchen.
They just went in there to master basic technology skills.
Listen, they had. I don't. Somehow they have Wi-Fi somewhere because they've hacked into people's mailing systems at some type of way, and like they like go and wait. They'd be like, yeah, they got a sex doll coming over there at 8350 B Street. We're coming over.
They got
know
one of
what I
the
mean?
Scarlett
For sure.
Johansson
Yeah.
2.0s.
They got a new edition. It's worth 4,000. We got to home in on that one.
There was a tree too. The tree that they carved like a dick. 'Cause
Oh,
like
yeah.
a branch stuck out hella
Yeah,
thick.
branch. Just imagine a branch on a tree like
And they
this.
carved it and
They
put a condom
carved
on it.
into a perfectly like look like an actual penis.
Circ or uncirc?
Sir,
Circumcised.
Okay.
But
okay,
here's the thing.
Okay.
that's
Had the
pretty
nerve,
crafty
they
if you could do
rolled
one.
the condom- They rolled the condom on it. It had a condom rolled on it, almost as if you had to like tap it like this before you came in. You know what I'm saying? It's like touch on that before you come inside. It's like, oh my god, that is terrible.
Yeah, we've seen some
Yeah,
shit.
man.
Well,
it's
well,
some shit.
how high was it on the tree? Was it?
It was
like-
low.
It was
It was
eye
low.
level. Like me and you were walking to the tree. It was right there, eye level with us. So it's like you had to like either touch it or avoid it. Like
So they get like a stool and
I don't know. But they were doing something with it.
yeah, if they got a stool, it was pretty high. They had a ladder at that point. You know what I mean? It wasn't a stool.
should have kicked that thing off there.
God.
Somebody took time on that.
Yeah, that is kind of man. Whew, that's. Imagine if you walked up on like you're trying to clean something up, and then you walk up and this guy is like sculpting this penis on the, and you know like, man, that's
Where's
it's
that
gonna
one?
be used.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm the type of person. I had a person. I'm asking, be like, so what are you gonna do with that? You know what I mean? I'd be like, so
It was at Miller
So-
Park too, wasn't it?
So
Miller Park is not a place you want to go.
It's not Miller Park. We found out. So we have lunch at Miller Park sometimes.
Oh
right?
my god!
And one day we happened to be having lunch there, and we're there and we're sitting on the benches having lunch, and they have a bathroom there. There's a guy. He opens the door, ass naked,
Oh,
just completely ass naked, just like kind of like. And he's
No,
like,
he was in a thong.
He wasn't.
He was in a thong.
But he was still exposed. So, you know, he still had his shit out. And we're like, what the fuck? And he's like coming out looking. So, and we found out that Miller Park is like an actual like glory hole spot.
Ooh.
Like, it's
There was a
on Reddit.
line.
It's like
There's
on
literally a
Reddit.
line
There was
outside
a
of that
line
bathroom.
People, like, there were people there like coming in and going out like.
We're sitting there having lunch. Like, you think he's gonna go in there? Bet he's gonna go in there.
And he
A
went
few
in
minutes
there.
later, somebody to go in there, and you'd be like, and then they come out.
And it just come out like, and it never took long. So whoever was in there was a master.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Dude was like over 50 for sure too. That's the crazy. And people that are going in are like young motherfuckers, like young old.
Who's working there? Who's working the glory hole?
Some old dude.
Old guy.
Old guy.
Literally, this guy.
Old guy in a thong.
And he doesn't even wear like a disguise. Like he just looks like a regular old guy that's sitting at the park. Like, but he's there giving services at Miller Park. Mind you, this is on Reddit. This is like a real known thing that they do. And like we seen it firsthand. Like the dude came out. I was there one time. Dude came out ass naked. He's just like standing there like da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I walked over there like, I'm like, hey bro, get out of there, bro. What you doing? Kids and shit over here. You know what I'm saying? You over here butt naked inside the thing, and I gotta pee. Let me use the bathroom.
Yeah, we go in team. The buddy system is a thing.
Yeah,
you gotta go with somebody.
Yeah.
You're over there peeing. You turn around with some dude behind you, like,
Yeah.
what's up?
Is your name Damon?
Like, nah, you missed the old dude. He already left.
Yeah, the old guy left. Okay, yeah. So you gotta be. I don't go there anymore. Like to that bathroom. Actually, it's like I stay out of there. It's like. So yeah.
Well, if Clyde's working the glory hole, it's going to be in and out.
In and out.
It's all business.
That guy is quick. Okay, so if you're into that, you'll be home in no time.
Miller Park.
You'll be home before supper. I'm going now. Yeah, so it's so stuff like that you see. So it's like you learn Sacramento.
Yeah,
like
you know where to go, not to go.
Happens like. We seen a dude. I guess he thought that it was like a BB gun or something. He does like this, shoots his hand completely off, and he's just like
with a real gun.
With a real gun, and like one of our friends like knew who he was, and he was rolling around like, oh,
I got it on video.
My hand, like and his hand's literally blown off, and somebody seen him.
And this is in the morning too. Yeah, this is like 10
in the morning, like 8, 9 in the morning, and he did this.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, he's got his Ukraine boxers on though.
Yeah, Ukraine boxers.
Holy shit, man!
Yeah, so that
we definitely can't show that on YouTube.
Man, yeah, for sure. So like,
whoa,
you might come across. It'll be a morning. You'll see stuff like that. So it's just like the things are endless. What we come across over here. You know what I mean?
Oh, check this one out. This dude's leg's infected.
Oh, you showing him that guy? That's. Oh my god.
Oh, so it looks like for the folks at home that can't see this, he has he has one leg, and he has another leg that's double the size, but it looks like somebody spilled oatmeal on it.
Looks like Freddy Cougar's face.
But it's definitely grown there. It's definitely a part of him.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Bro, my wife goes through my phone and she's like, why do you have this shit in your phone?
Why does she go through your phone?
Yeah.
She knows what's in there. Holy shit. That's the stuff of nightmares.
You know why she's going through the phone.
It'd be so much. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Remember how I was telling you like my first one, like it was the skull.
Anytime we tell anybody what we do for work, you got any videos?
So look at that. Like that was the one I told you, the 16-year-old.
Oh fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, and we found the skull.
Oh, the skull. Yeah, there it is.
It's like so. It'd be stuff like, but we cleaned it like, and that was an 8-hour job with 4 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
one room.
At what point do you say, "Hey, let's replace the drywall"? Or
I know exactly. I mean, so
depends on the landlord.
It depends on who want. You know what I mean? Like depending on what they want to keep and how. Some people may want to keep some things, so you have to be.
Wild.
You have to be knowledgeable.
Yeah, we've cleaned up spots where they're like, we're keeping it. I'm like, damn, they don't even know what they're moving
some
into.
Stuff you have to tell them like they'll call like, oh well, where was this? It's like, I'm sorry, but there was brain matter all over what you're asking about. So I mean, ethically, we couldn't keep it. What you know what I mean? We can't give you that. Like, it's almost like I didn't do my job if I leave you a journal or something like that still has brain. You know what I mean? All these things on this. Like, I can't do that and successfully do my job. So that's kind of one of the mishaps because I've done things to where we had to. throw it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, there's blood all over it. Throw it away. I'm like, we have to throw the whole thing away. I'm like, they can't keep this. And, they'll call like, oh, well, we wanted this, we wanted that. And it's like, well, man, we didn't steal from you. You have to understand that we threw away everything that was dirty and infected. You know what I mean? So it's a thin line between that. I understand you want to, and half the time they're never there, which thank God, because I would never want any of the family there while I'm cleaning, because
it's hard when they're there.
Yeah,
I've
it's
had
hard when they're there, and
yeah.
then it's like you can never get anything done. That one went black.
Oh, shit, hold on.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, wait a minute, we're back.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got. Hold on. Time out. Replace camera.
I was paying attention.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, those video guys. Those videos you guys have. It's just.
That's nothing.
Man, yeah, that's.
I have the video of the dude that's ripped in half.
Scratching the surface. Yeah, he has the one of the dude actually
So
dragged under the car, folded. Just imagine a mangled body.
Yeah, I got there and they were like, they're like, the body's still here. I didn't even know. I was walking up and it's dark on Roseville Road, and the CSI was still right there, and they're laughing because I'm like walking towards it, and they're all laughing at me, and then they put the flashlight on me, and they're like, watch out, watch your step. And I'm like, what? And I look down, and it's half a body right there, and I was like, oh shit.
Fuck.
Crazy.
What do you guys use to clean it up?
There's a certain, I don't know the name of it, but
I don't know the name of the disinfectant thing that we use, but it's from this one company. I forget what it is,
but we do use disinfectant.
Yeah, we use a disinfectant, and then we just an indicator that we use. I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but if you ever want to see if something's blood and you don't know, use hydrogen peroxide, because if you spray it on it, it'll bubble. If it's blood, it'll bubble on it. So that's how sometimes, if we'll look at something, be like, I don't know if that's blood or not. Hit it with the indicator, which is just hydrogen peroxide. It'll bubble up, and that's how we know, okay, this is blood. We need to clean this area too. So some of the cheat codes that we use to find, because sometimes you'll be at a place you can't see everything.
Right.
There'll be splatters.
Yeah, I've gotten in trouble. I've gotten in trouble. Get a call back from my boss you did not do it right. And they're going to shit on you for it too.
Yeah, they're going to give you a hard time for that for sure. But that's just where, just
it happens though.
In time, once you he's been now, that'll never happen to him now. That was early on in the
it happens once, and then you feel so bad about it that it's always in the back of your head.
You shit like that, you learn from it quick, because
you ready for this one?
Boss, she don't play around.
Oh man, let's see here. Oh, this is the guy that's folded in half.
Yeah,
Yes.
they dragged it kind of back together, but that was the first time I ever seen what the inside of a fucking body looks like.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks like
his brain was on the street, half a brain, just sitting on the street.
It looks like
like
what
a
you play
science
Doom.
project.
When
We play Doom. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Not even Call of Duty, not even Grand Theft Auto. That's like Doom.
Yeah, exactly. Call of Duty isn't even that graphic. That's real Doom, you seeing brain matter.
Yeah, crazy part about it too, the truck didn't stop. Whoever hit him kept going. So that shit was crazy.
Did they even know he hit him?
For sure. They were probably going over 100.
Yeah,
that dude got ripped in half.
Yeah, unless he had a camera on his car, he probably just in the wind was I'm taking that to the grave.
And if you guys get a random call saying if you do car washes, then you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's for sure. That's the one. That's a big sign. Car washes.
That guy died right there, and literally a week later, this lady got hit right there. Same exact
that's
spot.
the lady on Roosevelt
Broad
Road.
daylight though.
That's
He got hit
Roosevelt
at
Road,
yeah, she got hit during the day.
Yeah.
I don't understand how she got hit. I think she jumped in front of traffic then. Cause that street's wide open.
That is some wild stuff. I can't believe that. That's seriously I mean, you guys say it, right? You say it, and it's obviously I believe you, but then seeing it on your phones,
Yeah.
that's some shit.
And after that, go get lunch.
I know, right?
Yeah,
He gets better footage than me, because sometimes we'll be in front of the police. I'm more nervous to film the things, even though we have to document it for our job and stuff. But he be
I know a lot of the cops, like, well, like they see me
I'd
all the
be more
time. So when I
nervous,
see them,
so
I
I'd
just
be
be like, I'm about to take some pictures for work. They're like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do they put the chalk outline there? And then you guys, how, like, because you can't clean out the chalk outline, right?
They don't do the chalk outline.
No, they don't
Oh, really?
do that.
I think that's like a
1980s.
movie type thing. Yeah.
Really?
It's like movie
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They don't do a chalk
Man.
like when the body
That'd be
when the body's
fast.
there. Usually you can tell from the blood outline.
Yeah.
Like we've cleaned. You got the one.
I got the one where the
whole
dude, that is the funniest shit.
He
That's
had
not
the
funny.
one where
Fuck,
it
my
was
bad.
like literally, it's like a movie because it's like a whole blood body thing, like in the hallway. But it's
No, the
like,
dude died on his carpet, and he sat for like a few months. Not even months, probably like a few weeks.
Yeah,
But
it's
his
just
outline
like-
of his body is
the
just like
whole
you can tell
body.
it's a big dude.
Yeah, and he's a bigger dude, so it's like you can see this guy literally on the ground in the carpet, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it gives you that vision to where you're
I was trying not to laugh too because
God
maintenance is
damn.
like, because people that don't see it every day, it's like a big thing. Like they're like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of shit to clean. So I'm like, all right, well, let's get in there. And there's a sheet on the floor, and the dude's like, are you guys ready? And I'm like, just fucking do it. And he pulls the sheet off the carpet, and it's the outline of a body. And I just fell out laughing. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how long are you sitting there for? Like, that's crazy.
killed him, Gilbert.
The dude looked at me. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, my bad.
But the crazy thing is about that is the police, like I had a police officer told me that they teach them to use humor as a part of like a, you know, to warp
To
them
diffuse
out
it.
of, yeah, to diffuse everything, because you know you see so much dark stuff and you know that'll take a toll on you. You know what I mean?
I would imagine it would have to.
Yeah.
I mean, humor's like, yeah, I mean, maybe not. There's certain people that it won't. I mean, maybe
Yeah, that
you're
don't
just one
bother
of
me at
those
all.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people, like, they say, like, it'll take a toll on you and it'll bring you in a dark place. So they tell you to use humor to mask it to where it doesn't affect you, you know, to where you can kind of, you know, you use the humor to mask it and be like, you know, you can get over that way. You can get through it instead of, like, being stuck in the, be like, oh, my God, what happened here? You know what I mean?
Jeez. Do you guys have kids?
No kids.
Yes, I do.
No? Okay. Because I was going to say that it probably trains you for getting that poop into your fingernails.
Yeah, no kids
Do
for
you know what I
me.
mean?
Well, I'm past that stage. My kids are grown now. I have a grandbaby now.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, I have a grandson. So that's new. He's 3-4 months old now. So that's a new
Damn.
thing for me. Yeah, I'm Grandpa Zuke.
Gramps.
The Lord has made it. I mean, after 30,000 years.
Oh my God.
I've been
I wish
around
Tim was
for
here.
so long.
You're
At
not
some
the
point,
fucking
you gotta
Lord.
home in and start doing things. You know. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. So, you know, I got the kids is grown, I got grandbabies. And the cool part about that is they're staying at the house with us, you know what I mean? So I get to see them every day and I could take them, but give them back. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And
I
they
could
start
take 'em
crying.
and- yeah, they start crying. Here, take them, and I don't have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
that's
here it
the
is
cool
right
thing
here.
as well.
Yeah.
See that red sheet next to it? The dude all
Yeah.
had it over it like it was doing something.
So is that like a blood outline or is that
That's like the body. It's not blood. It's like I don't know, like the shit that oozes out of your body after you die after a few
Yeah,
weeks.
just all your
Really?
fluids.
All your
that come
fluids,
out.
yeah.
That's all the shit right
Because
there.
it looks like a. I mean, maybe we can show this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably show that one.
See that? This is an outline. Looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost laying down there.
Just a body.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because you're right. I mean, the fluids all come out. I mean, it's
Yeah.
and it's not. It's like a weird poop thing, right? It's like a.
It's from everywhere out the body.
Yeah, it's I mean, your liquids, your bowel movements, everything, all that stuff is flushing out and then it's coming out of you, and then the crazy part is, you know, after that happens, your body kind of swells up.
Right.
And, you know what I mean?
With the air.
Exactly, with
Yeah.
the air and stuff. So it's like, so you have that whole thing in, so you know your body's full of gas and dead people do fart and that'll clear out.
Yeah, because I remember you saying about the guy with the bathtub, and I was wondering if like. Oh, Sanford!
Oh, hi.
Oh shit.
Hi, Sanford.
I'm like, what are you looking at?
Sanford, how'd you get in here?
Hi, Sanford. You're such a good boy.
Go on, Sanford. You already had the show. You've been on 2 episodes already. Go on.
Sanford.
Go on,
came
Sanford.
in
Go on.
Hot. He was like,
I smell you.
Push that door open.
hey, that's heck of
That's hella funny.
He smelled my dogs immediately.
That's why I don't like sitting on my back to a door. I seen his eyes open. I was like, "Fuck, you looking at?"
Oh, you got dogs too.
I know, but no, just to see. I didn't know it was behind me. I knew the door was behind me. I was like, "I'm dead."
No, yes. I mean, he's usually a pretty chill dog. I remember one time I was out here with him. I had the garage open, and he went over to the front door and just laid down. And I went to go pick my kid up from school. I forgot he was out there.
Oh,
And he was there when I got back.
yay! That's a good.
I don't know why my dogs always run here. My small dog
Probably
always
smell
runs here.
him.
Yeah,
You probably smell him.
I don't know why.
Probably.
Daisy always runs over here.
Oh, it's a girl dog?
Yeah.
This
She
is one of the
smells
only
him for
boy
sure,
dogs. I
yeah.
think.
Yeah. Well, she lives with my Ken Corso. He's a boy.
But that's a different smell.
Oh.
She
Yeah.
smells that. That's a new male.
yeah.
Maybe she likes that lab meat.
Probably.
Yeah.
Every
You know?
time I lose her, I'm like,
She
she's
be
probably
like-
down the street.
Is that lab meat? I'm coming in.
Yeah, it's hella fucking funny.
Today, actually, we had, you know those turkeys that have been going around?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, one of them got in the backyard, and they have a baby now. A little baby.
What?
Turkey, yeah. And it's like...
Yeah, I see them
Ah.
like every morning.
Yeah, they were, because we have chickens, and you probably hear them all
Yeah.
the time. And now we have little baby
I
chicks.
was wondering where that was coming
Bad babies.
from.
Yeah, well, no, not quite. They didn't have babies because we don't have a rooster to, like, fertilize the eggs, but...
It's a rooster, not a turkey.
Oh,
No, there's turkeys, too.
No, there's turkeys.
turkeys?
Yeah, it's two turkeys.
We may have a rooster with one of the chicks, but we don't have any roosters like that are full grown yet.
Mm-hmm.
We got a couple eggs. We got like I think 7 fertilized eggs from the feed store and put
Okay.
them under the chicken.
Yeah.
because she was broody. Like they get at a certain time every once in a while to where it's kind of like a woman getting on her period where she thinks she's laying on eggs and gonna hatch them.
Yeah.
but they're not.
Yeah.
But these ones were fertilized, and so one of them hatched. Or one of them was like gonna hatch, and the other chicken went in there and stepped on him when the other chicken went to go get food.
Yeah.
So then we're like, oh fuck! Well, she did all this work, So we just got her 7 chicks, and put them under there and like bait and switch,
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
so now she's like, she thinks they're
Hook and
hers.
lateral.
Yeah, yeah, looking right. Yeah, but she like takes care of him and stuff, which is cool because I mean. Need more chickens. These are getting old,
I thought y'all said turkeys. I was about to say.
No, there is
Thanksgiving
turkeys.
coming up. That
Oh,
means
you don't wanna
somebody
eat
gonna be
those
missing
turkeys.
their
No,
mama.
these turkeys are mean.
No, when you get the wild turkeys, they get to be tough. So the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving turkeys, they're like, I hate to say it, but like farm raised and like
Yeah.
Prepped for.
prepped. They're like,
Yeah.
They're like modernized to where like
Yeah.
they're molding them to how you want to eat them. To
You eat
where-
that turkey, it's
Yeah.
like beef jerky or something.
man.
yeah, because the turkeys that you buy from the store probably are like as healthy as that one outline guy you said, like that big fat guy.
Yeah.
It's like the turkeys that are wild are like, well, like us, and like
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of fat on 'em to feed the family, and the fat they do have is a little bit tough,
Yeah, hell.
and just like they're too old.
Yeah. Crazy thing about turkeys, like that I knew, like so, I don't eat margarine. I only eat butter. The reason why I don't eat margarine is because back in the day, like when margarine was first made, what they used, it was such in high demand and they had so much of it, they used to inject it into turkeys. And they would inject it into these turkeys to make them, kind of make them fatter and
Ooh.
bigger and stuff. But they started dying because, margarine is basically 2 molecules away from being plastic. That's
Yeah.
the actual fact. You know what I mean? So, like, when that started happening, and they're like, oh, these turkeys are dying. There's like, but we have this mass, product of like margin that we're using. So they started to sell it. But you know what I mean? So that's why I tell people stay away from margin. It's bad for you. They used to inject it into turkeys to make them fatter and they were killing them off. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Stay away from that. So that's just a history lesson for some people.
No, you gotta stay healthy when you can. We all have our vices. I like to drink heavily, and it's just kind of opposite,
We might be cousins. I don't know how this is our first date meeting, but
Cheers then.
Yeah, cheers,
Cheers.
indeed. Because
You want cheers?
I can't drink at all, but I'll drink some water.
you ain't even off today.
Yeah, I don't drink at all though. I'm a lightweight.
That is
3 beers,
I've seen
I'll be
this
talking
man
about
with plenty
some
Modelo's
other
in
random
his
ass
hand.
shit.
I see you guys out there 4th of July. You guys have a time.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking. I'm the sober one. I'm watching everybody.
Well, we have a good fireworks thing here. I know you guys do fireworks there, so we combined it. We combine it next time.
Well, this year we can do.
Y'all do
Yeah.
fireworks on the street?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm about to call
Yeah.
Floyd. I'm gonna get a couple grand finales.
That's where I got some from last time.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm gonna get all I need is about.
That's why I was like, man, I hope our neighbors don't hate us after this.
2, 3, and 4 minute grand finalities. That's all I need.
We were sending them off.
The mortars, I was like, this is like Disneyland. It's like a Disneyland.
Because some people don't like
fireworks
it. Some, yeah.
I know. Well,
yeah.
it could go wrong. Actually, when I was actually a little baby, we used to have like 4th of July parties at my grandparents' house in Clear Lake. Mm-hmm. We used to have this dock, right? And my dad used to go all out with the fireworks. And somehow a firework jumped into the firework box.
Yep. Some movie shit right there.
And it like blew out all the windows in the house.
Oh,
my cousin
shit.
still has shrapnel in his leg.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like it was
That was
gnarly.
serious. Yeah, that was
Those
like a real
mortars.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, whoo, the mortars, man. They'll
That
get you.
combustion,
That can kill you.
especially
Yeah.
if they're close by, like, you know what I'm saying, when they're going off in the air, you know what I'm saying, they're so far away, you don't really know, but like the combustion that goes off with those things, like
feel it.
close, like
Yeah.
that shit is serious. You know what I mean?
There was a time when you guys remember when like the Giants won
The World Series.
It was the World Series. I think it was in 2012.
In
it was
Frisco?
like the middle one. Yeah.
In San
yeah,
Francisco,
yeah.
I was out there for
Yeah,
that.
I went out there
Bro,
too.
people were throwing mortars.
Yeah.
Just throwing the mortars.
I got sunburnt from a mortar.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was like half my face was red, and it's the redder than it usually is. And it's like I could feel the burn.
That was like one of the funnest
from one
times.
side. People were climbing up on the street lights,
Yep.
tearing down the stoplights.
Yep.
You know, like
Yeah.
fuck.
That shit.
I went out there I was in Oakland for the George Floyd riots. It was like the end of the world damn near. People were like, some dude like stole a claw and like ran through stores. People were driving cars off the lot, like taking the cars and driving them off the lot. It was crazy. People were throwing mortars, lighting buildings on fire.
That's wild
It
shit.
got wild in
I
Oakland.
remember out here they hit that one shoe store out here. Like
that was crazy.
everybody came up on one shoe because they.
No, we were
just like one shoe in every box.
we were down there walking around. They hit a lot of stores out here in Sac. I didn't think they were gonna do that in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Like I was like, they're not gonna do it out here. Sure enough, it cracked off. Took one person.
But
In the
nothing
next
got
couple
as,
of days, it
nothing got as
cracked
bad as what they do in Seattle. Remember the Chad or the Chop or the
Oh yeah. What the fuck?
Capitol Hill Autonomous District? The
Yeah.
Chad.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad.
Man.
I do remember that. That was whew,
That's a lesson learned.
for sure. For sure it was. Man. That was
Shit.
like the beginning.
Yeah, they rioted for days.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, they don't play around for sure over there.
Well, all right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for coming by.
Finally got
No,
it done.
man,
You know?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having
It's
us.
a beautiful thing, man.
the
We
first
love
time.
you.
This is only the first time.
Oh,
Exactly.
You know?
If we need to do a rerun, there's always going to be new
We
stories. in
got
the
some
future,
crazy
so-
coworkers too.
Yeah.
Like they'll come on probably.
Yeah, we
My
can-
garage is always welcome, opened, and the fridge is always full.
Listen.
Hell yeah, got the
We're
Mac
always
Dre on the
here.
beer.
The
Yeah,
fridge
it's
is
Mac
full.
Drizzle.
You got our,
Mac
you got our
Drizzle.
attention. We love it.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. See you guys later.
Yes, sir.